All right, guys, everybody go get your blankets, get your pillows, get whatever, get nice and snugly because it's time for Read Aloud. We are going to continue reading The Skin I'm In all this week because I really don't think we're going to go to school this week. So make sure that every day you're listening to my Read Aloud videos because you don't want to be that person when we get back to school on next Monday. You don't know what's going on in the story because you didn't listen to Read Aloud. And y'all know that this book is so good and you just have to keep up to see what happens next. So when we left off Friday, Thursday, I believe. There was the whole situation in the lunchroom with Shar and Malika. Shar had something on her burger because she got an attitude with the lunch lady, and she made Malika go back and get her a new tray. Well, Malika left the stuff on Shar's burger, the icky stuff. So we're slowly starting to see Malika fight back against Shar. And it kind of makes me wonder, is Miss Saunders starting to have an effect on Malika, even though Malika claims she can't stand her? Is she starting to maybe have an effect on her? I don't know. Also, Malika didn't give Shar the social studies homework, so let's see what happens there. Chapter 12. The next day, I'm waiting in the bathroom, seems like forever. No Shar. She's punishing me for getting out of my place yesterday, I guess. When Shar says come, you come. When she says do this for me, you do it, or else bad stuff happens. I didn't give Shar her social studies homework yesterday, so no clothes for me today. Now I gotta go to class in Mama's things or wear the clothes Shar gave me yesterday. I got them here in my backpack. They're folded, small as a bag of bread. They're wrinkled worse than Caleb's grandmama's face, though. I don't have much choice, so I keep on my own clothes. I stretch my arms toward the mirror. Not bad. Sleeves is even. Button sewed on straight. The seam down the shirt sleeve is crooked, is all. Could be worse. I'm thinking maybe I'll skip class. Miss Saunders gave me this here book the other day. Life of a Slave Girl is called. She said maybe it would help me with my writing. I've already read it twice. I stayed up all night reading it 2 days ago. I read it with a flashlight under the covers so Mama wouldn't holler. That book made me cry. It made me think about Alkema and what was waiting for her once the boat docked. Alkema is like her alter ego because they had their writing assignment the first day and she pretended to be a slave. While I'm still deciding if I'm going to skip class, I tell myself that I'm only going to read Life of a Slave Girl for 5 minutes. Next thing I know, the late bell is ringing. I'm shoving that book into my book bag and running down the hall. Walk, Miss Madison, a teacher says to me, and pick up that paper you just dropped. Good thing nobody sees what is on my paper. It's another one of them Alkema letters. Dear Diary, when you are hungry, really hungry, even mush crawling with maggots tastes good. So I can't help licking my lips when that girl put the last fingerful of my food in her mouth. A thief, that one is. Yesterday I grabbed her hands and tried to take back what was mine. It fell to the floor and someone else scooped it up. She is a lion who cares for no one but herself. Alkema. I'm almost in Miss Saunders' room when John McIntyre starts up with me again. New clothes, huh? He says, trying to be smart. I stop walking and turn to him and ask real smart like, why you always picking on me? I ain't sure what's come over me. I guess thinking about Akima makes me wonder why people treat others like they're nothing. Chill, Malika, John says, strutting down the hall alongside me. He gets quiet and I hear his big sneakers squeaking every time they hit the floor. Then I say something that surprises us both. Why me? He knows what I'm asking. He keeps on stepping. Why do you hate me? I ask, looking right at John. His cheek twitches. You bugging girl, he says. I look at him like he's crazy. John's been hating me all my life, it seems. Now he's standing here denying it. I don't think nothing about you, he says, jerking up his pants. Seems like nobody's in the hall but me and John, only there's plenty of other kids around, pushing and shoving one another out the way. The teachers are trying their best to move us all along, but it ain't working so good. That song you sing about me ain't right, John, I say. It just ain't right. So what? You ain't all that, you know. All what? I want to ask. But John don't give me a chance. He says I got what I deserved on the bus that day. He says since the first time he met me, I acted like I was better than him. I'm looking at John John like I ain't never seen him before. Better than him? When I do that? He says something stupid crazy. Says it was back in second grade when I first moved to the Heights. I walked into class that first day with my new pink polka dotted dress on and black patent leather shoes. The teacher told me to sit in the desk next to his. I said I didn't want to. I wanted to sit in the one up front next to Caleb. That half white punk, John John says, knowing full well Caleb ain't mixed. Now my mouth's hanging open. I didn't even know Caleb back then, I say. I wanted to sit up front because I couldn't see the board, I explain. Looking at John John, I tell him, you hated me all these years for something I didn't even do. No matter, he says, you've given me plenty of reasons not to like you since then, thinking you super smart acting like you too good for me. I tell John John how things really is. I'm failing all my classes. Shars on my case all the time. I gotta borrow clothes just to look like somebody. Good, John John says. You always thought you was better than me. Now look at you. You just as bad off as the rest of us. Worse, maybe. Caleb don't want no part of you now, I bet. Now John John's bobbing his head up and down laughing like this whole thing is funny. John John looks at me like I'm dirt or something. I swallow hard. I think about what Daddy once said about not seeing yourself with other people's eyes. I keep on stepping. When I open the door to Miss Saunders' room, John John's right behind me. For once, Miss Saunders not getting on my case about being late. Then it hits me. John John McIntyre is jealous of me. But why? I sit there for about 5 minutes trying to figure this thing out with John John before I notice Miss Saunders ain't here. It's seeing Worm with his narrow butt parked on Daphne's desk that makes me know something's not right. When I look up front, nobody's there but two kids drawing on the board. I guess Miss Saunders is sick. All right, a substitute, I say. No work today. Before I can even smell good about it, Miss Saunders comes flying in the room. Sorry I'm late, she says, all out of breath. I'm sorry you're here, I whisper. So, John John is jealous of Malika. That is why he is always picking on her. So, what are some reasons John John could be jealous of Malika? Hmm, maybe we'll find out tomorrow when you tune in for chapter 13 of The Skin I'm In.